Well. Hello there, and welcome to another GA Tuesdays. Exceptionally excited, as you can tell. I have a legend, phenomenal guy. He's super cool, man. Louis Bardell. He's going to join me. I'm going to bring him in for a conversation. We're going to talk about sales, jobs, opportunities, culture, and life as a V-teamer at Verizon. So I'm going to bring Louis in. Louis, you're live.
With that intro, I feel like I'm about to play the pyramid stage at Glastonbury, mate.
Man, the stage is all yours. Take it, man. I'm actually just going to sit back here in awe because I've got you here now. I've got you live. It's like, when the hare chases the rabbit and he catches it, he just doesn't know what to do with it then. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm delighted to have you here, man.
What's that?
I'm delighted to have you here.
I'm delighted to be here. Been looking forward to this. Always a pleasure to spend time with you, my friend.
Man, stop. You get me all emotional. I've got my hankies at the ready and everything. Howard, let's get through the niceties first and foremostly. How are things in your world?
They're grand, very good. Family's keeping me on toes. Work's keeping me busy, so life's good at the moment.
Excellent. I love it. I'm sure. Look at that smile. Do you know what I mean? That's all that matters. Look, Louis, I know you're really busy, and I have a lot of meetings to get to as well, and so is you. So we won't beat about the bush for too long. Just wanted to get you on here and say hello and introduce you to the big bad world. And let's get a bit of chat going on about your area of the business and stuff like that as well. So you're hiring, you hire for both sides of the business, like myself and the team here, for Verizon and Verizon Connect. Tell us a little bit what's going on. What's going on in your world at this minute in time?
So to be frank, we're not doing a huge amount of hiring in the groups that I support at the moment, but that doesn't mean that I'm not busy and not keen to connect with people. There are a few opportunities that we have to offer at the moment relative to sales in EMEA. And I'm always very keen to connect with people, speak with people, and start building relationships so we can be more proactive rather than reactive. So my advice to anyone that's interested in think they're potentially interested in a sales career at Verizon is to get in touch with me and let's start a conversation.
Yeah, it's an area of the business, and it's the same for ourselves here in Connect, right? So the engineering side of things, though we're not doing a lot of recruitment at the moment, that can change.
We can be a roller coaster, we can go from very little to lots. So that's what I say, what I do, and it's always good to be over the curve.
Absolutely. So it is always good to have these conversations, and I always say to people, listen, come join our network. It's not, come join our network, get ahead of everybody else, and get involved in these conversations and comment in our comment section, comment on our content as well, so that when we're going again over the next 2-3 months or whatever it may be, you're at the top of our list. Yeah. So come here. What are you normally hiring for then, Louis? You mentioned a couple of opportunities you have there. You're about to offer. What is it? What the wonderful world of sales?
So I'm very fortunate, and one of the best things I like about my job here is the breadth of it, and the various different things I get involved in. So I recruit from a number of different groups within Verizon. I generally cover sales recruiting in Europe for the Verizon Connect part of the business, the Verizon Enterprise Solutions part of the business, and the Blue Jeans part of the business. So 2 SaaS companies and a large global service provider in there. And I'm actively recruiting for a position in Belgium at the moment. So our Verizon Enterprise Solutions group are looking for a full cycle salesperson, someone that's very comfortable in dealing with C-level and thereabouts within large multinational enterprises, talking about the opportunity to transform their business and drive that transformation through both thought leadership and sort of direction, as well as alignment of our solutions and services to their needs. So for that position, we're looking for someone that's comfortable in winning new customers. I'll be very direct. It's quite niche. They need to be locally based, they need to be fluent in local language, and they need to be comfortable in starting those conversations and leading that to the closure of business when it comes to,
so what is the local language? I know we had a quick discussion about this role this morning.
Flemish. So we're open to people that are fluent in Flemish or French and English. So we'd ask that they can speak 2 of those languages, one being English. We'll consider Dutch if someone was interested but didn't have fluency in Flemish or.
And where is it going to be based out of, Louis? That's probably a ridiculous question I've just asked there, but
so
it's out of my mouth.
Yeah, so not always the case, but for this position at the moment, we'd like the person to be based in Belgium. With proximity to businesses that we're specifically going to be working with that are headquartered in Belgium. So our model is that we would typically work with a customer in the country that they're headquartered. So in this case, the majority of your work will be with businesses that have a global footprint but are headquartered and run out of Belgium.
Okay.
And those footprints are responsible for the Benelux region.
And so what I'm getting from this conversation here, Louis, is we need somebody fairly senior that has not fairly senior. I mean, I mean someone that has.
It's likely they'll have experience, and I think it's fair to say they will need experience in this type of work. We're open-minded, I wouldn't necessarily close the door to someone that doesn't have experience but has been able to show their capability.
I did. So are we set on stone in terms of large enterprise accounts, someone that's been managing and developing those accounts, or is there a mix of account management stroke BD towards these, or what's the mix?
There's no account management for this one, so it's strictly new business. We're looking for a sales hunter, someone that can drive the acquisition of new customers for us, i.e. those that aren't already Verizon customers, and do that with a large degree of ambition from the outset. So someone, as I mentioned before, someone that's targeting the opportunity to be a transformation partner to these businesses and drive something significant over time.
You've made a number of hires in this space since I've been with the business, so you sort of know what you're doing and you know what you're looking for.
I'd like to hope so, mate. I mean, others might tell you otherwise differently, but hopefully I know.
I wouldn't let anybody say anything bad about you, Louis. I'd be like, now, come on here live and say that about him.
They'll be popping up in the chat.
With Ben making a nice comment about you, but it's true. So come here, in terms of so the role, it's going to be hybrid. Who's this role reporting into?
The position will report into. Yeah, go on.
Two-pronged question. Sorry. So I won't be keep asking you questions, right? Because I know you're passionate about what you're talking about. So I want to let you go and get your message across, right? So one, who's it reporting into, and gives a little bit of a make of the team,
Yeah, good question. So the role will report into a lady called Yvonne Janssen, who's actually based in the Netherlands herself. We have a team responsible for the geographic region covering Benelux. So Yvonne and her peers don't only focus on the Netherlands, but cover the Benelux region as a whole. And then from a perspective of the team, so we do have salespeople that sit within what we describe as our core sales function, covering account management, if you'll call it that. So working with existing customers and developing both the relationship with and the business we do with those customers. But we generally now split out between new business acquisition, new customer acquisition, and account management. In some regions, we still have a model where our salespeople work with existing accounts and develop those and carry responsibility for winning new customers as well. But in most regions in Europe now, we split out the two types of positions. And
And in terms of the sales life cycle, like everything else we develop in software, it's got a life cycle, and the sales cycle has got a life cycle and stuff like that as well. So this person's gone in identifying new opportunities, large enterprise, and then there's a team that will come in behind this person. And
absolutely. So we work in a complex world, right? The type of business that I talk about us pursuing, and I'm proud to say we've been able to win in the past, is complex in nature. Our customers are complex in their makeup. They're global businesses. They're spread all over the world. The decision making is spread all over, and to drive mutually beneficial outcome in this type of world, it takes a lot of people doing different things. So typically partner with people that are coming from the pre-sale solution architect world, the legal world, the sales overlay world, where they specialize in areas of our service and product. So you'd be working with lots of peers around you that carry a different type of core responsibility, but have a vested interest in driving the same outcome and are critical to achieving that outcome. So you're certainly not going out alone. And then similarly, we have lots of support functions around the sales functions. So there's a lot going on at the moment in terms of marketing efforts targeted towards the types of businesses that we're well placed to work with, and the direction we're going as a company, because we're on a fantastic journey that's seeing us change from a sort of a legacy telecoms company, which is ultimately where our roots are, but a true technology company where we're more heavily involved in outcomes. So yeah,
we're evolving.
We have been for a while, but that's continuing.
Yeah, technology
and the pace that we evolve is certainly accelerating foot to the floor.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and sometimes it's a little bit hard for me to keep up with it, right? Because I'm not saying I'm isolated in Connect, but I'm looking after our business here, and when I'm talking to yourself and the wider team that's doing more on the Verizon side of things, I'm like, wow, yeah, it's phenomenal, and something that we all should be proud of, right? So we should be standing up and going, you know what? I'm a V-teamer, and I'm absolutely proud of this business and what we're doing and how we're growing and how we look after people. I was only having a conversation there with somebody about that before I joined this. And it just gave me a great deal of pride to speak about how we're looked after. You know what I mean? And our ERGs and all this type of stuff. I've never seen it in a business. And it's just, like you said there, we're on a journey. And we're all going on it together, which is phenomenal. So the sales team, I mean, what's the environment like? You know, you're watching Wolf of Wall Street, right? You're seeing all sorts of shenanigans going. Probably not the best of analogies, but
I can assure you there's none of that going
on. But there's some moments in that, or some salespeople out there that would throw their granny up for ransom to make a sale, right? But our sales team is the opposite of that, in terms of the support and all this type of stuff. Give us a quick overview of the sales team. How cool are they, and how awesome are they?
Of course, they're amazingly cool and awesome. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to work with them.
You've probably heard the majority of them, right?
Exactly, right? Yeah. So, okay. Look, the reality of sales is very different to what you see in the stereotypical. If you want to get into sales, watch this film. That view is very outdated, right? I mean, we're fortunate to work in a world that, as you say, is very dynamic and fast changing. And of course, our products and services that underpin our offerings are always evolving, and generally we have a reputation for doing that ahead of the curve. But the people are critical, right? Everyone knows that relationships are key and invested interest, and our salespeople are passionate. So when I speak to people, and I have a hand in sort of the screening and selection process, the types of things that we prioritize as a business are firstly, do these people fit with the credo that we have? And you know that well, and it's something I'm very passionate about. The core values and beliefs of someone need to be there. And yeah, I mean, not everyone is an expert in every aspect of what we do, right? We're so big and do so many different things that you'd never be an expert on everything. And if you were, then by the time you become an expert, things will be changing. But what I can say about all of our people in the sales community and around it is that they all have a passion for the outcomes technology can bring, and these are usually intertwined with making the world a better place, right? We talk about the outcomes for the Connect product, life-saving, improving or reducing emissions, improving the environment. The same is true for our offerings in enterprise solutions. Absolutely. Moving the world forward through not only what our businesses can do to gain, our customers can do to gain competitive advantage through the obvious, i.e. cost reduction and revenue, increasing revenue, but also having an impact societally, right? Yes. Our customers are typically businesses like us. They're normally large enterprises, normally global enterprises. And so they play a key role in shaping the world of the future. And So that,
I love it, and it's true. It's true what they say as well. Excuse me. We hire people, right, and also people buy off people. Do you know what I mean? And as well, just you hit the nail on the head of there. Our products, our purpose is to make the world's best products out there, but we're also saving lives. We're helping our customers lessen their impact on the environment. So if you're looking for a purpose, you need to come talk to us, Louis. I'm just go ahead.
I'd like to raise there. So you asked me a minute ago about sort of what our sales community is like, the type of personalities we have, and what's my train of thought here? To come back to that point, it'll come back to me. I'll come back to it in a minute.
Come back to it. Come back to it, right? So, but what I wanted to say to you was, I know clock is ticking. I'm conscious of time. LinkedIn is looking at me now, going, cut it, Keith. And I'm like, no, I want to talk to this man. It took me long enough to get him here. But, words of wisdom, right? I always say a couple of things I want to hit here is job specifications, right? They can be the length of your arm. And, there's certain things in there that we can't get onto a job spec, like in terms of, personal attributes, your attitudes, your passion, blah, 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 right? So if you were to, someone's watching this now and they've got sales backgrounds, they're selling in SaaS or they're selling in telcos, but they haven't, they've got 95% of what we're looking for, and they're just lacking a little bit of C, whatever it may be. So we're looking for ABC, right? They're speaking Flemish, they're speaking French. Should they still come talk to you, even though they're missing some of the must-haves or the nice-to-haves?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I can't guarantee people that they necessarily be the exact fit what we're looking for this position, but we're flexible. I just spoke about us looking at people as a whole rather than focusing on skills, experience, and knowledge. Of course, that's a component, but it's not the only thing. So yes, absolutely. Let's speak. Let's see if the job aligns to what you're looking for, because there's no point in putting someone into a job that they don't want to be doing. It's probably more important.
It's like putting a square peg into a round hole. It's not going to happen. But the thing I love about it is we hold on to, we'll hold on to you until the right role comes up for you. We're in our business.
Absolutely. We're doing a lot of work at the moment around sort of strategic talent pipelining. So there's never been a better time to proactively connect. If you're not looking right now, and I would always encourage people to connect early, right? There's always a better outcome where people start to think about where they might be next and what type of company is suiting them, and we can align people to positions that are coming up rather than someone saying, I'm looking for a job now and I want to start a conversation. I expect things to happen very quickly. That can happen. We've offered great jobs to some people and made some great hires from people that we started speaking to and offered a job very shortly after. But I'd encourage people to get on it early, and we've got. I'm going
to leave your contact details are just there for the next couple of minutes, just so people can jot them down. If you can, Louis, if you can share a link into the comments section later on, that'd be absolutely fantastic. If you have one to hand, that'd be great, because I have a couple of people DMing me directly here looking for the job spec, so that's good. Before I let you go, and I'm reluctant to let you go, but I have to. Louis Bardell's words of wisdom. So give me 3 nuggets of wisdom for anybody watching this in sales, looking for a move, and why should they come work for Verizon?
3 nuggets of wisdom. I would say be extremely curious. We like people, and as the sort of most our competitors for talent like people to be curious and constantly questioning why and why we do things in certain ways, why we're going the direction we are. So firstly is ask lots of questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions that might make me feel uncomfortable. I would encourage it, and I'll always be very frank and direct in my response. Second is network. I would encourage anyone that's interested in pursuing a career here to not only connect with us, myself and my colleagues in talent acquisition, but within the business as well. Our leaders are keen to do that. And I'd encourage people that think they might find a good fit here to do that. Thirdly, I would say be forward thinking. We like people to come to us, and when we hire people, we like people to feel comfortable contributing ideas that can help change our business for the better. And as I say, that might involve ruffling feathers, or it might involve challenge something that's been done in a certain way for a long time. But that's a good thing, right? It's in our credo to say that we constantly try to be better tomorrow, and we challenge the status quo. So yeah, I'd say be someone that's ambitious, and don't be afraid to come with ideas.
And have those uncomfortable conversations.
Absolutely.
Have them. Just have them, because we're all well capable of having them, and we're all well used to having them. So you're not going to
say firsthand very quickly that everyone that I know within Verizon, there's a lot of people, has a sort of a second, third, fourth job alongside their core day job, right? We're all hired generally to do something specific. In my case, it's to acquire talent, but I've played a part in lots of different things around that to not only add value to the business, but to help me traverse my career in a direction that I want to go. So yeah.
I love it, Louis. Unfortunately, I got to start saying, I know. I don't want to press end stream. Look, maybe me and you just jump on another video call and continue this conversation. But look, it's been an absolute scream, Louis. I'm thrilled you came on. I'd love to get you back for a part 2. I'm going to ask you a question. Is there anybody off the top of your mind that I should go talk to next?
Ooh.
Oh, there's quite a few.
Let me give it a think.
Come back to me. By Slack. Give me your top 3 who I should reach out to and get a conversation going with. But Louis, it's been an absolute scream. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to work alongside you, buddy. Look, I'll catch up with you during the day. But for now, auf Wiedersehen. Thank you.
Have a good one, my friend.
See you later, Louis. Cheers. Bye. Wow. There you have it. I could have literally, and I know I say this every week, I could have chatted to Louis for another hour or two, but I will get in a lot of trouble by LinkedIn for going on too long. But anyway, there you have it. Anybody interested, drop Louis, connect with him on LinkedIn. He'll share the job specification, the link in the comment section as well. And I'm going to go back to him for those 3 names of people who I should talk to next. So watch this space. But already I've got a lovely, lovely surprise for you guys. This day 2 weeks for the next TA Tuesday. All should be revealed quite soon. But I have a fantastic guest joining me to talk about his area of the business as well. But look, from me to you, I shall leave you with my credo, our credo. Apologies, it's not my credo, it's our credo. And I shall speak to you soon. Take care.
This is our Verizon credo. It's inspired our culture for almost 20 years. Think of it as a note to self, our declaration of values, a guide for our day-to-day.
Everything we do, we build on a strong network,
systems, and process foundation.
We know our products
and can explain them to customers.
We make it easy for customers to do business with us.
By listening,
anticipating,
and responding.
Integrity is at the core
of who we are.
We know teamwork enables us to serve our customers better and faster.
We run to a crisis, not away.
We deliver superior customer experiences through our products and our actions.
This is our credo.
It keeps us grounded,
aligned,
doing the right things.
It's about who we are,
how we work,
and most of all, who we work for.
We focus outward.
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 We focus outward.
On the customer.